Welcome to Tuesday with Terry, the podcast for getting your mind, business, and life in shape. Hosted by Terry Blachek, one of the original area developers for Orange Theory Fitness, who helped launch the brand from the very beginning. He'll use his years of experience to help you shape up your mind, build strong relationships with your teams, revamp your business processes, and set down the path towards success in all aspects of your life.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Terry, and you're listening to Tuesdays with Terry. I'm Terry. I'm your friend, and I'm talking to you live from Austin, Texas, where the sun is hot, the barbecue is sweet, and all the drinks are free. If you hang out with me, that's how it goes. Hey, today I want to talk to or share a concept with you about not taking it personally. You ever have something happen at work? You ever have something in a relationship? You ever have something happen and you go, why is that guy picking on me? What's going on? And you take it personally. And so then what happens is I want to talk about that, and I want to share just a couple of illustrations. So I don't know if you're watching and again, the Lightning, the Stanley Cup going on right now. My great team, the Tampa Bay Lightning, is playing in the Stanley Cup, third time, by the way. Fantastic. That team is unbelievable. But I got to tell you, is when we're in Colorado, when we're playing the Avalanche, and the referee makes a call, I am watching on TV, and I go, what in the wide world is that guy doing? Referee is blind. He didn't see it. What's happening, right? You ever have that happen when you're rooting for your team, and the ref makes a call against your team? Why do you act that way when the ref makes a call? Whether it's basketball, football, open your eyes. What's the matter with you? You can't see? You're blind, right? We hear all that, right? Basketball, the NCAA tournaments, right? Why do we do that? You ever have a girl, you ask somebody out, ask a girl out, and she turns you down? Or ever had a spout with your spouse? And we all take those things personally. So think about it. Why do we take all of that so personal, right? The reason we take that personal is because it's about me, myself, and I. We have an inward focus that's making us look at ourselves and what our likes, our wants, our desires are, and we want to be right. Isn't that true in life? Don't we all want to be right? And I tease about this. With my wife, and I say, when I'm with friends, I say, I made a decision a long time ago that it was better for me to be happy than it was to be right. And I would ask you that at work, in your relationships. You want to be happy, or do you want to be right? I'll give you an example, because the reason you want to be right is because you have a personal relationship or a belief or an emotional connection with something, whether it's your team, whether it's your city, whether it's your mother, right? Mama jokes, right? Don't talk about my mama, right? But I'm just saying, because you have an emotional connection. So I'll give you an example where you have no emotional connection. What if I called you an orange? Would you get upset about that? Or would you take that personally that can you believe that guy just called me an orange? You wouldn't get upset or you wouldn't take that personally because you don't identify with that. But you identify with your team. You identify with your wife. You identify with your family. You identify with the city you grew up in. So things that you are emotionally connected to, you take those personally. It's not about me. It's about we. And it has to do most of the time with insecurities that we have about ourselves. You see, we all want to be accepted. All of us long so much for recognition, to get fulfillment from other people recognizing our accomplishments and getting the return on our investment. But the reality is most of the times when we take things personally, it has to do with our own insecurities, where we find something about ourselves that we probably don't like, and we wish it was different. And when somebody else brings it up, we take it personally. It's not about you. So, number one on taking things personally is it's not about you. It's not about me. It's about we. And it has to do with your insecurities. Number two, all right, it is about you. Okay. Number two is it is about you. It's because you don't like something about yourself, and so you take it personally, right? And so what do you do about that, right? All I'm suggesting is try to take the emotional connection out of it. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. Take a situation in another city with someone else and say, if this were happening into someone else in another city that you didn't have the emotional connection, how would you view it? How would you look at it? How would you respond to it? And so part of that is looking at the personal self-esteem that you currently have. And all of us, again, you can do this. You can take a look at your own personal accomplishments, right? And some people say, well, I really haven't accomplished a lot in my life. I say that's not true. When you were younger, did you ever want a car? And if I ask you what your very first car was, do you remember that and what that looked like? I remember mine. It was a 1971 blue Camaro for $800. White stripes, big slick fat tires on the back. You know, it was my very first car. And I loved that car. I got it when I graduated high school and had it into college. But that car was an accomplishment for $800 for me. What about education? Do you have a high school education? Do you have a high school GED? Then you have accomplished something. Did you go to trade school? Did you go to hair school? You've created a trade, and you have been able to take that trade and you have created an accomplishment. You have a job. Maybe you received a promotion. Maybe it was a personal a goal for you to lose some weight, and you actually lost the weight. Maybe it was a personal goal for you to meet some new people, and you found a way to do that through social groups, social media, through church, through different groups. But you took the initiative and you did that. We have all had accomplishments in our life. And so part of the ways when you think about it is a lot of times we take things personal when we have low self-esteem and our energy level is down. And so I'm asking you, how is your energy level again today? How are you doing on energy? And how do you get energy up? You say, I'm not feeling it today, Terry. Oh, I'm tired. Man. So, a couple basic fundamental things. Are you eating right? Are you drinking 8 glasses of water a day? Health principles. Are you getting enough rest? Are you burning the candle at both ends? You're not getting a good rest. You're not getting good sleep. You're not eating right. Come on now. You're not drinking the right liquids. By the way, if you're trying to lose weight, don't drink your calories, all right? Don't drink a Coke with 16 spoons of sugar in it. Drink the water instead of the Coke. Drink the water instead of the alcohol. Drink the water instead of the margarita. All right? Now, that's hard. I know it is hard, but you can do it most of the time and then treat yourself to a little sippy on the weekends or something, But anyway, I'm not saying take all the fun out of life. What I'm saying is do the things to get your energy level back. You got to get good rest. You got to sleep, and you have got to get your blood pumping, right? Blood pumping. What blood pumping means is stand up. Get one of those tabletop desks that rise up so you can stand up at your desk. Go for a walk. Take frequent breaks. I tell the story of the two woodcutters. I just told this recently, but I'll tell it again real quick. Two woodcutters went out, and one woodcutter said he was going to chop more wood in the day than the other woodcutter was, because he was going to work 60 minutes out of the day, and the other woodcutter was only going to work 50 minutes. And for sure, if you worked 8 hours and you worked all 60 minutes, well, if you took a 10-minute break times 8 hours, why, that's 80 minutes. That's an hour and 10-minute break. Of course, somebody could cut more wood. And the one woodcutter sets off to cut his wood 60 minutes out of every hour. The other woodcutter sets off to cut his wood 50 minutes out of every hour, and he took a 10-minute break. At the end of the day, who won the wood chopping contest? The guy that took the 10-minute break. And his friend looked at him and said, "How in the world did you do that?" He said, "Well, the 10-minute break," he said, "I was sharpening my axe." Are you taking 10 minutes, an hour? Are you taking breaks between completed activities to go for a walk, to free your mind, to relax, to reset, and then get a fresh start? You got to get your energy level up. Go for a walk, do air squats, do some jumping jacks, get your blood flowing, man, and helps your self-esteem, and you won't take things as personal. Number 2 is be hungry. And when I say be hungry, what I'm talking about is get obsessed, right? Get obsessed. Do you ever think about something that was absolutely impossible? And now today, it's possible. I was sitting at a table at dinner the other night, and we were all talking about our very first cell phones. Now, I don't know how old you are or when you got your first cell phone, but I can distinctly remember mine. Mine was back in 1994 or 92, 94, I believe. And I got what was called a bag phone. Now, at the time, there was what was called the mobile phone. There was an arm that would sit in the center console of a car, and the phone would be attached to that. And the cool thing was that was a mobile phone, and you could make calls from your car. When I got my first cell phone, it was a portable phone, but it was called a bag phone. Had a nice little arm, like a... I don't even know what you call it, an arm, put around your shoulder, right? And it was a bag. It was probably a bag that was, 12 inches by 8 inches, and it had this big battery in it, and it also had a phone, and it had a little antenna that you could click out. And the coolest thing about what that was is that you didn't have to use it in your car. You could walk up and down the streets of New York City, and you could make phone calls. And man, was I was pretty trendy at the time because I had a bag phone. I remember my first phone bill, $663. Woo! I didn't expect that. True story. That's a true story. Actually, $663. It's a bag phone. What was your first cell phone? But what I'm saying is, you ever think something was impossible and now today it's possible? You don't think anything about your iPhone. Kids nowadays are getting iPhone, 5th, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, high school, whatever. But I'm just saying, is there anything that was impossible when you were growing up that now has become possible, or even in your career, in your professional life, you go, I thought that was impossible, but it's possible. And the reason I'm saying that is because you've got to have a good attitude and have possibility thinking. And the last thing is to take action. If you want to not take things personally, disconnect emotionally, again, rethinking, think about your accomplishments, get your energy level up. Got to be hungry, be obsessed, but you've got to take action. You have to take action on things. So do something about it. You going to let that happen again tomorrow? You going to let it happen again this week, next week? You've got to do something. Take action. Do something. I don't care, but do something. Do it different. Ask for help. The 3 hardest things in life to say, right? I love you. Worcestershire sauce. I don't even know if I said that right. And I need help. One of the ways you can take action is asking for help. You ever been in a position where you've been in that position for a while and you should have known something, but you don't know something? And so because you don't know it, you're embarrassed to ask, but you should ask, but you don't. So you let it go longer, and the longer you wait, the more pressure you feel to be more embarrassed about asking for the right answer. Don't do that. Get it out there. Get it out of the way. Get it behind you. You'll feel better. It'll be like a burden off your shoulders. It'll be taking off your, this weight on your shoulders. But do something. Make the call. And if it doesn't work, so what? So what? Now what? Try something different. Give it another try. Right? Add value to other people. Add value to your business. Get that fulfillment. You live and die by the choices you make. You know that. I've done that and said that all my life. But I want to remind you to believe in yourself. Keep focused. Finish strong, whatever you're doing, the project, the week, the day, the month. Finish strong. You know this, winners do what losers don't. And what does winning look like for you? Stay positive. So how do you not take things personally? Disconnect with it emotionally. It's not about you, man. Yeah, it is about you. It's about those insecurities. How do you fix those insecurities? Get focused on your accomplishments, your self-esteem, your image. Get hungry, take action. And you won't take it as personal or personally the next time. My name's Terry. I'm your friend.